So I would like to express my gratitude to the IOIS devotees, especially those who have organized this wonderful, enthusiastic, energetic Yatra, IOIS 2025. And also my gratitude to all of you for taking out your time, coming all the way to Haridwar and enjoying the Yatra. Yes or no? Louder, one Haribol to all the organizers. Haribol! So how was yesterday's Ganga Arti? Haribol, yeah. Haribol! How was yesterday's Prasad? Pav Bhaji? How was day before yesterday's Prasad? And how will be today's Prasad? Haribol. सबको हरिबोल. नो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन. खुद को जगाओ, है ना. हर जगह पर क्या एडवर्टाइज दिख रहा है? खुद को जगाओ. अभी किधर जगाना है? And another advertisement was there. अपना चार्जर उठाओ, है ना. अपना चार्जर क्या है? हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे. अपना चार्जर उठाओ और कुछ मत उठाओ. So before we begin to understand the importance of this place, I would like to recite one shloka. You can repeat after me. ककालकमित्राणि को देश को व्यवगमो कश्च अहं च मे शक्तिर् इति चिन्त मुहुर्मुहु. So this is the very interesting shloka which talks about a wise man, what a wise man does and what he thinks. So here it is said a wise man thinks of the 5 thoughts. They are always there in his mind. So the first thought he has, kakalaha. Kahakala means how this time is treating me. Time is always changing. And with the change of time, what changes? Our situations changes. Our emotions changes. Our understanding, our perceptions changes. So how the time is treating me? Time matters. Everyone is carrying that slogan. Apna bhi time aayega. Apna bhi time jayega. Isn't it? So the first thing is how time is treating me. Kakalaha. The second, very important. Kani mitrani. How many true friends I have made in my life. This is the second important thought a wise man has. How many good friends I have made in my life. Because friends are important. What kind of friends we have, that decides our outlook towards the life. Kani mitrani. Third, ko deshaha. How is the place I live in or I live at? The place where I am staying, the environment I have surrounding me, that matters. Is it favorable for my devotional service or is it unfavorable for my devotional service? Where am I working? Is it favorable or unfavorable? Or how can I make it favorable? These are the thoughts of the wise man. This is the third thing. The fourth thing, how much do I earn and how do I spend. Earning is important. That is always there in our mind. And most important thing is, how do I spend it? Am I spending uselessly, mindlessly, just to collect and collect, or it is useful spending? And the fifth one is very important. Kacha me shaktir. Who am I and what I am capable of? Who am I? What is my identity? Or what I can do? What I am capable of? Yesterday, I was talking with Nandadulal Prabhu, and we were discussing that how many things are here. People are just spending money for useless things because they don't know who they are, and they are searching things everywhere. They are searching happiness in bungee jumping, in so many other things, because they don't realize what is the importance of human form of life. So he was telling me this important point. Unless we understand who am I and what my capabilities are, Amritasya putraha. What is my identity? Amritasya putraha. 66 crores. 66 crore people took bath in Mahakumbha to get Amrit. But scriptures are saying Amritasya putraha. Means we are the children of Amrita, immortality. Who is that person? Krishna. Mamay Vamsha Jiva Loke. That is Krishna's identity, Amrita and Amritasya Putraha. So our capacity, our identity is unfathomable, beyond our understanding. And that is what scriptures are telling us. And the wise people, they think about these things. That how time is going, how time is treating me, what kinds of friends I have, how do I earn, how do I spend, what kind of situation or environment or the place I am living in. And the fifth one, who am I and what is my capacity? We are doing very less than our capacity. We can do much more better and the bigger. But we are giving up to very small things, very tiny things, and using our life for useless things. So today, we are going to discuss a very important aspect of bhakti. Srimad Bhagavatam is a grantha, a scripture to make us remember Krishna. And that is one important aspect of our devotional service. So how many of you want to practice bhakti? अभी भी कोई लोग सोच रहा है क्यों आया मैं इधर, करना है कि नहीं करना है. How many of you want to practice devotional service? Every one of you? Yes. We all have come here to practice and understand what is devotional service. And the one important aspect of devotional service or bhakti is to remember Krishna. And Srimad Bhagavatam helps us how to remember Krishna. So there are some direct stories of Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam. The 10th canto, different incarnations of Lord. They make us remember Krishna in various ways. Various pastimes are there. And there are also pastimes who helps us what not to do so that our remembrance of Krishna should not get disturbed. Because there are situations which can disturb our remembrance of Krishna. So the pastime which we are going to discuss today will help us what not to do in bhakti. There are many things which we should do, and there are unlimited things we should not do in bhakti. And this is the pastime which happened here, which comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto. This place is Kankhal. And here, Maharaj Dakṣa performed a great yagya. For what? To bring Shanti in the whole world. But he himself was ashant. This is a story of a person who has ahankar, who is a devotee also and who has a ahankar. अहंकार अंधकार से भी घनघोर और आसमान से भी बड़ा होता है. This is the story of a, and yesterday one slogan I read. गाड़ी चलाते वक्त अगर लापरवाही की तो जीवन में तबाही हो जाएगी. I was thinking, yes, this is the story of वैष्णव व्यवहार में लापरवाही, भक्ति जीवन में तबाही. So this is the story of that Vaishnav Vyavhar, how devotees should reciprocate with each other. And therefore, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to whom did he speak? Arjuna. किसके लिए बोला गया? हमारे लिए बोला गया. भगवद गीता हमारे लिए बोला गया. भगवद गीता मेरे लिए बोला गया. जब तक हमारे मन में यह रहेगा कि भगवद गीता हमारे लिए बोला गया, जब तक हमारे मन में यह रहेगा भगवद गीता अर्जुन के लिए बोला गया, तब तक हम क्या समझेंगे कि मेरे लिए नहीं है, हमारे लिए है, उसके लिए है, उसके लिए है, मेरे लिए नहीं है. तो भगवद गीता किसके लिए बोला गया? भगवद गीता किसके लिए बोला गया है? मेरे लिए बोला गया है. अब ये पास्ट टाइम किसके लिए बोला गया है? मेरे लिए. वो डिवोटी के लिए नहीं, ना उस डिवोटी के लिए, ना उस डिवोटी के लिए, लेकिन किसके लिए? मेरे लिए. है ना? बहुत लोग अभी भी सोच रहे नहीं, मैं तो अहंकारी नहीं. So the story begins with the yagya, where all the devtas of the whole planet have gathered. And the Yajman was Maharaj Dakṣa. Maharaj Dakṣa is the progenitor, the Prajapati, from whom all the species of this world came. So this Maharaj Dakṣa Prajapati have invited all the great devtas. Lord Brahma came, Lord Shiva came, Indra, Varuna, Chandra. All these devtas, they came to attend this yagya, Vishwa Shanti Yagya. And as soon as he entered the arena, all the devtas, they stood up, paying their respect to Dakṣa Prajapati, except two people. Maharaj, Lord Brahma, and because Lord Brahma was his father, so father is not supposed to offer respect to the son. And another personality was Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva did not get up, he was in meditation. So Maharaj Dakṣa came and observed. Everyone offered him respect, except these two people. So he didn't mind, Lord Brahma didn't get up. But he got very much disturbed seeing Lord Shiva sitting. So he really got disturbed seeing that. How come? So everyone offered him pranam, respects, garland. and was given seat by Lord Brahmaji. So before sitting, he said to all the assembled devotees, all the assembled devatas, that I want to tell you one very important thing. How a gentleman should behave. So he's going to tell a behavior of a gentleman. So Lord Kapil Dev in third canto talks about three kinds of devotional service. Bhakti in three modes. Bhakti in mode of goodness, bhakti in the mode of passion, and bhakti in the mode of ignorance. So while describing what is the bhakti in the mode of ignorance, he talks about abhisandhaya yo himsa damba matsaiva eva va samrambhi bhinna drigbhavam mai kuryat satamasaha. Abhisandhaya yo himsa, the devotional service or the devotee who engaged in violence, in envy, in separatist mentality, such devotional service is in the mode of ignorance. And now here, Dakṣa Maharaj envies Lord Shiva out of ego. He says, you know, this Shiva has taken my daughter in marriage. He's supposed to respect me, but he forgotten this gentleman's behavior. I did not want to marry my daughter who has eyes like a doe or a hirni. And his eyes are like monkeys. So he was going on and on insulting Lord Shiva out of ego, without understanding. And in life, you are always misunderstood. How many of you have ever experienced misunderstanding from someone? है ना? Misunderstood. बहुत तकलीफ होती. वो गोरी तो नहीं थी, लेकिन ठीक ठाक थी. वो ऊंची तो नहीं थी, लेकिन मेरे योग्य थी. वो मुझसे प्रेम तो नहीं करती थी, लेकिन मेरे कदमों में कदम चलाती थी. मैं जहां पर भी जाता, वो मेरा इंतजार करती थी, और मैं जहां भी रुक जाता, वो वहां पर रुक जाती थी. अरे कोई तो बताओ, मेरी चप्पल किधर चली गई? Misunderstanding, है ना? It creates a lot of problem in life. And here, Maharaj Dakṣa did not understand Lord Shiva and started blasting right, left, center. And in our life also, there will be a lot of people. When you do something right, there will be challenges. There will be difficulties. There will be misunderstanding. People will misunderstand. But what Lord Shiva did here? Did Lord Shiva also started blasting Dakṣa Maharaj, saying that, why don't you understand me? Don't you know I am meditating on the Lord? No. What did he say? He just kept quiet. He didn't say anything. And we all know Lord Shiva is known for, Lord Shiva has a samhar shakti. He is a Lord of destruction. He can destroy anything and everything just by opening his third eye. Lord Shiva could have opened up his third eye, and Dakṣa Maharaj would have been burned, samhar. But you cannot always use Samhar Shakti. Lord Shiva is the great example over here. Although he is a master of destruction, he can destroy within a second. But here he gives a very important principle for all of us to learn in life. He doesn't use his Samhar Shakti. He shows his Shahan Shakti. In life, tolerance, Shahan Shakti is very important. And if it is not there, then we fall for each and every situation. And therefore, Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Matra sparshastu konteya, shitoshna sukha dukkhada, agama paino nityas, tam titikshasva bharata. Tam titikshasva bharata. शहन शक्ति को बढ़ाओ. संहार शक्ति तो हम हमेशा यूज करते हैं, लेकिन सबसे बड़ी शक्ति कहाँ है? शहन शक्ति. And that what Lord Shiva is teaching us here, that we all have to learn tolerance, tolerating different situations, tolerating different objections. मुंबई में है तब भी हम चैंटिंग करेंगे, और हरिद्वार या और किसी ठंडे जगह पर है तो भी हम चैंटिंग करेंगे. Tolerate the situation. We get up in the morning, we do our activities without getting disturbed by the surroundings or the situation. So he did not use his Samhar Shakti, he used his Shahan Shakti. And there will be so many people. How many people you will fight? How many people, those who have misunderstood you? Will you keep fighting with them? We'll lose our energy in just fighting with others. Just neglect. Learn to neglect and tolerate. And Prabhupada also said this. Just tolerate. And focus on your goal. So he focused on his goal. And then there are Lord Shiva's companions. So they really get disturbed seeing that Maharaj Dakṣa has cursed our master, saying that he will not be eligible to get any share in any yajna in the future. So this really disturbs all the disciples and the companions of Lord Shiva. So they come and they create another counter cursing to the Maharaj Dakṣa and his followers. And then the story gets over. The next thing happens that after many years, another yajna begins. Vajpeya Yagya. Dakṣa Maharaj keeps conducting yajna. So in that yajna now, again all the devatas are invited except one. That is Lord Shiva. So now, here comes the interesting turn. So Mother Sati, who is the wife of Lord Shiva and the daughter of Maharaj Dakṣa, she looks at all the festivities. The airplanes are going towards her father's place. All the Devi Devatas decorated beautifully. Everything was so festive. So her heart gets attracted towards that festival. She wants to go to attend that festival. She goes to she goes to Lord Shiva, and she says to her husband, that isn't it? We should go to attend the festival of my father. Lord Shiva says, look, he has not invited us, so we should not go. So Mother Sati says that actually you don't need invitation to go to your father's place, to your friend's place. Have you ever gone? जब friend ने बुलाया तभी जाएगा. और मम्मी ने बुलाया या पापा ने बुलाया. You don't need invitations to go to relatives' house, parents' house. So even if he has not invited, we should go. I desire to go. But Sati doesn't listen. She says, no, we should go. Then Lord Shiva says, if you go, then the result will not be good. Outcome will not be good. She gets into dilemma. Shall I go? Shall I not? Shall I go? Shall I not? Shall I go? Shall I not? And she is a Rudrani, Bhavani. Bhavani is when she becomes angry, then Lord Shiva has to lie down. Hai na? So she really becomes angry at Lord Shiva. And without saying anything, she leaves. So here, very important principles we learn from this episode is that how a sadhaka's life is. Sadhaka always get attracted to the razzle dazzle of this material world. Although knowing that this razzle dazzle is temporary, this sense enjoyment is not good, still emotionally he becomes so unstable. He repeatedly gets attracted to those razzle dazzle of this world. And sadhaka goes to the guru and asks, एक बार वो मूवी देख कर आ जाओ, हाँ? एक बार शो देख कर आ जाओ, थोड़ा सा 5 मिनट. And you don't need invitation to go to movie. You don't need invitation to go to shows. So here, this place is a place of different yogas. And in Patanjali Yoga, Patanjali, he lists 8 obstacles for a sadhaka, which comes in his practice and which distracts him from his perfection. So, this was once one of my friend, Avatar Leela Prabhu, had spoken about this. So, I'm just listing those things which will help you and all of us. So, the first obstacle in the sadhaka's life, which comes in his practice, is a vyadhi, ill health or diseases. Our body is tuned to certain things. And this body is a gift of Lord Krishna to all of us. How do we use this body is very important. Because we can chant properly, we can attend our sadhana properly if body is good, healthy. But if we abuse our body instead of using our body, then this body will always give you trouble, will not help you in your practice of Krishna consciousness. And most of the time, we keep abusing our body. And how do we abuse our body? Going against the nature of body. We eat whatever we want. We sleep whenever we want. We get up whenever we want. And so many wrong substances we insert inside the body. Then it results in disturbing our health. So, we should take care of our health while practicing Krishna consciousness. If we are not healthy, then our sadhana will not be healthy. And if our sadhana is not healthy, then we are repeatedly attacked by illusory energy. So, the first obstacle in sadhaka's life is vyadi. The second thing is tayan. Tayan means no goal to follow. We are just uselessly doing whatever we come in our mind and we just pursue those things. There are no fixed goal. And tayan also means tired or fatigued, mentally or physically. Just like you are physically fatigued now and closing your eyes. What is that? So, when we are fatigued and tired, we are not able to hear, we are not able to chant. हमारा chanting ऐसे ही होता है. Hare Krishna, gone. Our hearing is also like that. क्या बोला था याद ही नहीं आ रहा है. So this is what happens when we are really very tired. So रात को 12 बजे तक धिंगाना कर रहे हो, और सुबह कैसे जब उठकर जपा कर सकते हो? अगर सुबह उठकर जपा करने की कोशिश भी किया तो जगे कैसे रह सकते हैं? So we need to be very careful that how my japa will get affected in tomorrow, my sadhana will get affected tomorrow. If I am tired, I cannot sit. You are not Superman that you can sleep for 2 hours and still remain awake in the class or in the chanting. So one need to be very clear with our goals. Okay, I have to chant my rounds. I have to attend classes. If I am not attentive, then someone else is attentive. And who is that? Material energy. Material is attentive to your inattention. And when you are attentive, she is going to hunt you. So this is the very important principle. That have a fixed goal. Every day we have to chant our rounds. That is the goal. Every day we have to hear. We have to associate. If that goal is not there, then so many other things will break in. So second important thing is tayan. The third one is samshaya, doubt. So many doubts we have. Is this a right process for me? Is this the right people I am with? Everything we keep doubting. And as long as you keep doubting, you cannot give yourself to the process. You cannot give yourself to various practices of devotional service. Doubts are very, very big obstacles in your practice. Why you are not able to chant? Why you are not able to increase your commitment? Because of doubts. For so many years, I am doing 1 round, 2 rounds. It is not the problem of 1 round or 2 rounds. It is the problem of the big doubts which are having in your heart. So, what helps to remove doubts? To follow the instructions and the guidelines of the scriptures and the spiritual master. Just follow and just see the miracle. The third thing is doubts. The fourth one is pramad. Pramad means self-importance. Why people are not able to listen to others or the superiors? Because they think they are the only wise people in this world. Here Dakṣa Maharaj, Brahmaji was sitting. His own father, who is a intelligence personified. But what Dakṣa Maharaj was thinking, I am the most intelligent person. I don't need others' advice. This is called pramad. I know better than anyone else here. So this is the big obstacles in the devotional service. The next one is alasya, laziness. Not we can do so many things enthusiastically. But when it comes to chanting, when it comes to practicing, when it comes to service, we become super lazy. One must have an attitude of a lover awaiting his beloved. Recently, 14th Feb just passed by, and we had a discussion on this in our prerna. So, how a lover awaits a beloved? Will he sleep? वो आ रही है और तुम सो रहा है. So what she will do? She will find someone else. Similarly, if we keep our laziness in practice of devotional service, then we won't progress. Things will be the same. The next one is avirati. Avirati means craving for sense objects. Yesterday I saw few people eating pani puri, and we were going somewhere, and we lost so many boys on the way, craving for sense objects. Shopping, that is fine, nothing against it, but similarly, when you walk on the path of devotional service, sense objects keep you attracting themselves, and you lose the sight of the goal. You get distracted. So, avirati, craving for sense object. मूवी देख लेते हैं, खा लेते हैं, कुछ और कर लेते हैं. The next one is Bhranti Darshan. Bhranti Darshan means the person has a powerful intellect, but it is distracted. It will use his intelligence for doing so many other things, but to focus in devotional service. The next one is Alabdha Bhumikatva. So Patanjali says this. Just like what is Alabdha Bhumikatva means? Not capable. He feels I am unable to move ahead. Just like yesterday when we were climbing from Devprayag to the road. So it was feeling like, my God, I cannot go up. But other people, when they go ahead, you feel enthusiastic. Okay, I can also make it. So similarly, while practicing Bhakti Yoga, there will be so many times we will feel. There will be so many situations we will feel, I cannot go ahead anymore. मुझसे नहीं होगा, chanting नहीं होगा, regulative principles follow नहीं होगा. But what one has to do? One has to see others. If he can do that, if he can do that, if I can also do that. So there will be such situations where we will feel incapable of doing something. And the final one is anavastitva, slack in practice. So in the beginning, we are very enthusiastic. And just like river is flowing. So in the middle, the river is very, very cool and calm. But on the shores, it is very, very fierce. So what happens? In the beginning of our devotional service, we face so many obstructions, so many challenges. And in that enthusiasm, we are able to cross that. And then we come in the middle part of the river. And there things are very cool and calm. Chanting ho raha hai, sab kuch ho raha hai. And then you think, I can become relaxed now. And you become slack in your practice. But what happens? There is another shore, another side, where the water current is also very swift. And what happens when you touch that kind of shore, that side of shore, then water current, because you become slack in your practice, that water current saves you away from the destination. So therefore, one need to be very, very careful. And here, Mother Sati, she was in dilemma, kya karu, kya nahi? And she lives. And so she is like she is showing up how a sadhaka goes through different situations. So don't just go on emotions, follow the instructions. Our emotions are temporary, but the instructions of the scripture and the guru is eternal principle, and they can help us. Arjuna also became overwhelmed by the emotions, but Krishna gave him instructions, and then he became victorious. Karishye vachanam tava. Arjuna said to Krishna, Karishye vachanam tava. And then he became victorious. Here, Mother Sati got overwhelmed with the emotions. She heard from Lord Shiva, but she did not say, Karishye vachanam tava. What she said? I will follow what my heart is saying. Karishye vachanam mama. And most of the practitioners, they do the same thing. Karishye vachanam mama. मेरे ही अपनी चीजों को follow करूंगा. So therefore here, Mother Sati, then she leaves for a disaster to come. And when all the followers of Lord Shiva, when they see that, oh, she has left, so without saying, they also follow her, because they also understood कि कुछ तो होने वाला है. She goes there, means she comes here, Kankhal, and there her father looks at her, but he didn't welcome her. And because he did not welcome her, all other people, all other guests, they also did not welcome him, because of the influence of Maharaj Dakṣa. उनको क्या लगे, अरे वो हमारा यजमान है. In life, 3 things stops your thinking. First is abhav. When there is a shortage in life, you cannot think. And the story of Drona is very important. When there was he could not have things in his life. So shortage was there. He could not even afford milk for his son. So just to get that, he had to go through so many things. Then the second thing is prabhav. Prabhav also stops your thinking, isn't it? Influence, how people influence you, and that influence, you stop thinking. सही है, गलत है, you don't think that. You just follow that. And third thing is vivaha. Nothing against vivaha, but that also stops your thinking. And recently, I was sharing that story of Pururava and Urvashi. What happened there? Pururava, as soon as he saw Urvashi, he stopped his thought process, thinking कि क्या पूछ रही है, क्या बोल रही है. Just he wanted to marry her. है ना? So मांग भरने की सजा कुछ इस तरह से निभा रहा हूं. मांग भरने की सजा कुछ इस तरह से निभा रहा हूं. उसकी मांगे पूरी करते करते मांग मांग के जी रहा हूं. क्या? It stops your thinking. So here everyone did not say anything. She came, but they were so much influenced by Dakṣa's presence. They did not welcome. Then her mother and her sisters, बहनें, उसको स्वागत करती है, some or other, and she is not satisfied. And she becomes really very disturbed when she sees that in this yagya, her husband is not invited and her husband is not given any kind of oblations. So then she loses her control. she becomes so angry. She starts addressing Maharaj Daksha. She says that, that you are bound by the bodily conditions of your life. You don't realize what is what. You are seeing fault in that person who is a faultless. You are seeing Shiva, the most auspicious, as the most filthiest person. And therefore, you deserve to be condemned. And because I have received this body from your body, I don't want to carry on with this body, which is a stigma for me. And saying this, she herself immolates. She creates a fire from her body and she burns herself in that body. And things reaches, the news reaches to Lord Shiva that Sati has immolated herself. Then hearing this, Lord Shiva really becomes angry, saying that now I need to teach a good lesson to Maharaj Daksha. So from his hair, from his jata, and yesterday we heard from Sri Chaitanya Prabhu that his jata is so powerful that Mother Ganga lost in his jata. She could not find a way. From that jata, Lord Shiva created a very fierce personality, Veerbhadra. And then he goes and destroys the Yagya of Maharaj Daksha, and he beheads, Veerbhadra beheads Maharaj Daksha. Now Maharaj Daksha is without head, and he was cursed by Nandi that very soon you will receive a head of a goat. And that's what happens. Now Prasuti, mother-in-law of Lord Shiva, she starts begging forgiveness from Lord Shiva, saying that please forgive Maharaj Daksha. He is your father-in-law. He has committed a mistake. So please revive him. So then Lord Shiva here forgives Maharaj Daksha. And as he says now that head will not be restored, but another head can be brought. So this is the second surgery done. Sorry, first surgery. Second surgery comes afterward. So he brings someone brings the head of a goat, and that head of a goat is been restored to Maharaj Daksha. And when Daksha Maharaj realizes his mistakes and begs forgiveness from Lord Shiva. So this is the place here, the Maharaj Daksha beg forgiveness, and therefore here the Lord Shiva's Shivalinga is called Daksheshwar Mahadev, one who is pleased with Maharaj Daksha. So now I would like to end with these 4 things which we discuss. 8 obstacles. How 8 obstacles of our devotional service can be overcome. So these 4 principles, Patanjali Muni, he says that the first and most important thing is Maitri, the friendship. Friendship helps us to come out these 9 obstacles of devotional service. So friendship in devotional service is of utmost important. Those friends helps us, pull us whenever we are going down, whenever we are having disturbed life. We can share our difficulties with those friends. And also it helps us to reduce our fightings. or quarrels. Because if you have friendship with people, that maitri, so you don't generally fight with the friends. And lesser the fighting, lesser the quarrels, lesser the peace. Higher the peace, lesser the disturbance in the mind. Lesser quarrel, higher peace. Higher quarrels, lesser peace. So Maharaj Dakṣa was seeing Shiva as his enemy. And therefore he was always disturbed. But when we have a friendship, the mood of a maitri, then quarrels, they go down, the envy go down, and peace, and in that peaceful condition, you can practice. How many of you can chant with disturbed mind? With disturbed mind, you can chant. It's very difficult to chant. You are Mahajan, I think so. With disturbed mind, it's very difficult to chant. So we need a peaceful mind to chant, to hear. And then only the things go inside. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So the first thing is maitri. So have a friendship. And there are so many here, 450 people are there. You can choose. Make good friendship. The second thing, he says, karuna, compassion. Compassion with devoted action. So preaching. Don't keep this devotional service to yourself. When we share Krishna consciousness with others, our problems goes down. Our difficulties, our challenges becomes lesser. So you all have to practice preaching. पकड़ो किसी ना किसी को और preach करो. कोई ना कोई रहेगा ना सुनने वाला. So don't think, how can I preach? You start preaching and just see your problems are taken care. That karuna, the compassion, we might not have that compassion, but we are the instrument of compassion. Prabhupada has compassion, Guru Maharaj has compassion. So we can become an instrument of that compassion. So you all can learn this practice of preaching. So don't think, I can't speak, I can't do this. Enter into preaching and just see, you will be able to preach. Just like swimming, just by standing on the shore, you cannot learn swimming. You have to jump inside the water. This is the important one. The next one is mudita. One need to be happy. One learn to remain happy. Seeing others progress. Seeing others utkarsha. When we become disturbed or become envious, when other people, they start progressing. Others' progress should inspire us in our practice. There are two types of competition in this world. One is destructive competition. Destructive competition means what? I will destroy him and I will progress. But the second type of complementary competition means what? By seeing others progress, I get inspired to progress myself. So when we become happy seeing others progress, so we should get inspired. Oh, he's chanting 16 rounds. I also need to chant 16 rounds. He's getting so many services. I should also endeavor to get more services. He's getting so much of prominence. Okay, I should do certain things so that I get prominence. Otherwise, we keep thinking, how shall I? Uska patta cut karna hai na? So, don't be in that mentality. That will destroy you. Just like here, Dakṣa Maharaj got destroyed. He could not bear the opulence of bhakti in Lord Shiva. opulence of advancement in Lord Shiva. So this mudita is important. And the fourth aspect and the fourth important principle is upeksha. Upeksha means self introspection. And generally what happens, we start seeing faults in others. And actually there is a very beautiful section here where Mother Sati tells Dakṣa Maharaj that doshan paresham hi guneshu sadhavo, that oh Dakṣa Maharaj, actually people of your mentality, they see fault even in the good people. But Shiva like devotees or Shiva like personalities, even if there are faults, they see good in that person. So upeksha means what? Learn to neglect others' fault. If we keep focusing on others' fault, and we are very expert in seeing others' fault and not seeing our fault. इस दुनिया में भगवान ने दो चीजें ऐसी बनाई है जो केवल स्वीकार करने के बाद ही दिखती है. पहली चीज है, जब तक आप भगवान को स्वीकार नहीं करते तब तक भगवान नहीं दिखते, है ना. You have to believe in the God, then only God you can see God. Otherwise, if you don't believe, God will make arrangement that you can't see. तो भगवान को स्वीकार करने के बाद ही भगवान दिखते हैं. और दूसरा चीज है खुद की गलती. जब खुद की गलती स्वीकार नहीं करेंगे तब तक वो गलती दिखेगी ही नहीं. So self introspection is that way to see our faults. And if we start seeing our faults, we will be able to see others are great saints. And if we keep seeing our greatness, we will see others as useless fellows. So Maharaj Dakṣa was seeing his greatness, and he's seeing the great Lord Shiva as a useless, filthy personality. So I would like to end with this thing, as I was speaking to our VTA devotees, that in life 4 things decides very important our destination. The first thing is desire. What kind of desires we have, and those desires helps us to make decisions. Desires, they make us make decisions in our life. So Sati had a desire to go, so she made a decision. Prabhupada has given. We should make a decision. I will chant better, I will chant more, I will associate with devotees, will have a disciplined life, so that my destination can be achieved. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरे कृष्ण.